Hello everyone, welcome to another Game of the Year video. This time, let's see what the best action indie game in 2024. We start in number 20 with Dungeon of Hinterberg. You will play as Louisa, a law student who embarks on an adventure through magical dungeons filled with monsters and puzzles. The game's combat system is dynamic and engaging, featuring a mix of traditional 3D RPG action and puzzle-solving elements. Players can use a variety of tools, such as a snowboard for traversal, jelly blocks to freeze enemies, and the powerful winds of Hinterberg to gain an upper hand in battles. In addition to combat, Dungeon of Hinterberg offers social simulation segments where players can interact with the locals of Hinterberg. Number 19, we got Vampire Hunter. The game combined the fast-paced action of classic shooters with the innovative mechanics of roguelite games. Players take on the role of vampire hunters, armed with an arsenal of up to 14 different weapons that can be stacked and combined into over-the-top builds. The game features intense combat against hordes of vampires, demons, and other supernatural foes, with each level offering a new challenge. Players can choose from multiple characters, each with their own unique abilities and skill trees, adding depth and replayability to the game. Eighteenth place is Angerfoot. Use first-person perspective. You will use your bare foot as primary weapon to kick and shoot your way through the chaotic streets of Shit City, a dystopian metropolis controlled by 4 gangs. The game's fast-paced combat involves breaking through doors, smashing objects, and defeating enemies with powerful, bone-crushing kicks. As you progress, you'll pick up various weapons and upgrades, enhancing your abilities and making your foot even deadlier. In 17th place, we got SteamWorld Heist 2. In this sequel to SteamWorld Heist, players join Captain Quincy Leeway and their ragtag crew of steambots on a high-seas adventure. The game features a mix of strategic turn-based battles and real-time naval combat, as players navigate the vast ocean to uncover the source of a mysterious water crisis. The game offers a rich job system, allowing players to customize their crew with over 150 weapons, utility items, and ship upgrades. Each character has unique abilities and can be equipped with different jobs, such as sharpshooters or demolition experts. Number 16 is Realm of Ink. Inspired by Chinese mythology, the game features stunning inked visuals and engaging hack-and-slash gameplay reminiscent of Hades, but with its own unique twist. Players control one of 3 dynamic characters: the unmatched swordswoman Red, the nightmare hunter Wang Ding, or the fox Judge Ning Yi. Each character has distinct abilities and play styles, adding variety to the combat experience. In Realm of Ink, players test their skills by breaking through waves of enemies using 22 distinct buffs and over 130 perks that help build their character with each run. Number 15, we got Kill Knight. Players will take role of a knight tasked with hunting down the last angel, battling through 5 grueling levels filled with deadly enemies and hazards. The game's action is intense and fast-paced, requiring players to manage a variety of weapons, armor, and special abilities while dodging and defeating waves of enemies. The action in Kill Knight is further amplified by its gear system, which allows for deep customization and strategic depth. Players can choose from different types of equipment, each with unique attributes that can significantly impact gameplay. Number 14 is Pal World. The game will immerse players in a vast open world filled with adorable yet powerful creatures known as pals. The game combines elements of exploration, crafting, and combat, requiring players to gather resources, build shelters, and fend off threats. Players can catch and train pals, each with unique abilities, to help them navigate the environment, fight enemies, and complete various tasks. In addition to survival aspects, Pal World features a deep breeding system where players can combine pals to create new and stronger offspring. The game also includes dungeon exploration, where players must rely on their pals to overcome challenges and dangers. Number 13 is Lost Castle 2. Lost Castle 2 will bring players venture into a mysterious castle, battling hordes of terrifying monsters and collecting treasure along the way. The game supports both single-player and online co-op modes for up to 4 players, making it a great choice for solo adventurers and friends looking to team up. The game features procedurally generated levels, ensuring that each playthrough is unique. Players can master various weapons and skills to tackle powerful bosses and navigate the ever-changing corridors of the castle. Twelfth place belonged to Crypt Custodian. You will play as Pluto, a mischievous cat who has died and is condemned to be the janitor of the afterlife forever. The game is set in a vast, expansive landscape filled with other doomed ghosts, beasts, and various challenges. As Pluto, you'll navigate through different areas, cleaning up the afterlife while battling beasts and interacting with other ghosts. The combat in Crypt Custodian is a blend of Hades' movement mechanics and Hollow Knight's combat style, emphasizing precise dodging and timing. Players use a broom as a weapon, and fights often resemble bullet hell games, requiring players to maneuver gracefully between erratic projectiles. In 11th place, we got Nova Drift. The game combined roguelike space combat with the charm of classic arcade shooters. Players pilot a biomechanical spacecraft that evolves and adapts as they progress through the game, facing various enemies and navigating through Space One. The combat in Nova Drift is intense and dynamic, requiring players to master precise ship handling, speed management, and complex maneuvers while simultaneously aiming and firing at enemies. The game emphasizes extensive build customization, allowing players to design a ship that perfectly matches their playstyle. In number 10 is I Am Your Beast. It's a first-person shooter game with a unique comic book-inspired aesthetic. Players take on the role of Alphonse Harding, a retired secret agent who is pulled back into action and must fight against the military-industrial complex in the North American wilderness. The combat in I Am Your Beast is intense and dynamic, focusing on quick reflexes, strategic use of weapons, and superhuman abilities like rapid tree climbing and explosive headshots. Players can use a variety of weapons, including pistols, sniper rifles, and bear traps, to outwit and defeat their pursuer.
And I'm not going back. Harding! Get out.
Next, number 9 is Rivals of Aether 2. In this sequel, players can choose from both new and returning elemental fighters, engaging in intense platform fighter battles. The combat in Rivals of Aether 2 is fast-paced and strategic, requiring players to master precise movement, timing, and combo execution. Each character has unique abilities and play styles, adding depth and variety to the gameplay. The game introduces new mechanics such as baby dashing, rapid micro-dashing, and crouch canceling, which allow for more dynamic and fluid combat. Eighth place is Mullet Mad Jack. Set in a dystopian, 80s-themed future, players take mantle of a rugged hero on a mission to rescue a kidnapped social media influencer. The combat in Mullet Mad Jack is fast-paced and chaotic, featuring a wide variety of weapons that cater to different play styles. Players can wield everything from revolvers and shotguns to katanas and railguns, each offering unique advantages in various combat scenarios. The game emphasizes agile movement and strategic weapon choice, with players needing to quickly switch between weapons and adapt to the ever-changing battlefield. In 7th place, we got Magicraft. In Magicraft, players take on the role of a brave hero who pulls out a legendary staff to battle monsters, combine unique spells, and ultimately defeat the ancient gods to save the world. The combat in Magicraft is dynamic and engaging, requiring players to weave together hundreds of powerful spells with unexpected and amazing effects. The game features rich roguelike elements, including 100 unique attribute staffs, 80 kinds of powerful relics, and 9 initial character sets. Each playthrough is randomized, offering a fresh and exclusive experience every time. Sixth is Belong to Last Epic. In this game, players can choose from one of 15 mastery classes and explore dangerous dungeons, hunt epic loot, and wield over 100 transformative skill trees. As you progress, you'll hunt for rare and powerful loot, craft legendary weapons, and face challenging enemies in randomized dungeons. The core of Last Epic's gameplay revolves around its innovative time travel mechanics. Players can travel to different points in time to alter the world's fate and uncover hidden secrets. Multiplayer options allow for teaming up with others or going solo. In number 5, we got Raven's Watch. The game features intense real-time combat with a variety of heroes inspired by folklore and legends, such as Beowulf, Little Red Riding Hood, and the Pied Piper. Each hero has unique abilities and play styles, adding depth and strategy to the gameplay. The combat is fast-paced and unforgiving, requiring players to stay on the move, master each hero's abilities, and learn enemy patterns to survive. In co-op multiplayer mode, teamwork and coordination are crucial. Players must plan their attacks, synchronize their abilities, and cover each other's weaknesses to overcome challenging enemies and bosses.
First is the trait, a hero's core mechanic.
Number 4 is Windblown. In Windblown, players take on the role of leapers, warriors who absorb the memories of fallen fighters to master their combat styles. The game is set on vast, ever-changing islands in the sky, and each run is filled with secrets to uncover. Combat in Windblown is intense and fast-paced, requiring players to dash through enemies, learn their patterns, and use a variety of weapons to survive. Critical hits and precise timing are crucial, especially when using different weapons like the Catter, which allows for teleportation behind enemies for backstabbing.
Combat, building.
Arriving in top 3. In third place, we got Enshroud. In this game, players explore a vast open world, fighting different enemy factions, crafting and upgrading weapons and armor, and using various skills and items to gain an edge in combat. The combat system in Enshrouded is diverse, offering melee, ranged, and magic playstyles. Players can lock, block, parry, and unleash merciless attacks, making each encounter dynamic and engaging. The game emphasizes preparation, stealth, and teamwork, especially in multiplayer mode. Players must learn enemy patterns, exploit weaknesses, and coordinate their attacks to overcome challenging foes and bosses.
As the world of Enshrouded is a fully voxel-based.
Second place belonged to Nine Souls. Inspired by Sekiro, Nine Souls revolves around counters and deflections, requiring players to be patient and adaptable to overcome challenging enemies and bosses. Players control E, who must navigate the Taopunk setting of New Kunlun, fighting against the awakened rulers known as the Nine Souls. The combat system involves managing 2 types of damage: direct damage, which requires healing items to recover, and internal damage, which can heal over time unless the player gets hit again. To succeed in Nine Souls, players must master the art of parrying and deflecting attacks to build up internal damage, which can then be converted into direct damage using talismans. Finally, in number 1 we got Hades 2. Hades 2 builds on the intense, fast-paced combat of its predecessor, introducing new mechanics and options that enhance the overall experience. Players control Melano, who wields a variety of weapons known as nocturnal arms, each with unique abilities and play styles. Combat revolves around a combination of light and heavy attacks, special abilities, and magical casts, all of which can be upgraded and modified through boons from the gods. The game emphasizes dodging and timing, with a new dash strike feature allowing players to counterattack immediately after evading an enemy strike.
Don't be afraid.
So that is the list. Do you agree with this list? Or do you have another favorite game? Let me know in the comment. The pixel art games version will come after this, and also do not forget the adventure category come next. Thanks for watching everyone, and see you in the next video.